Alright, so you're walking along and you find this lamp. You don't know why the lamp is there, but you pick it up and you rub it. I don't know, you just fucking felt like rubbing it. So then a genie comes out and says, hey, you got 3 wishes. So,
great.
Yeah.
3 wishes, but what on earth are you going to wish for? And that's what we're trying to decide.
Right.
That's what we've been discussing.
We've been talking about this for about 2 hours.
So in this video, we're going to kind of explore some options.
And then next week, we're going to go out into public and ask them, hey, what are your 3 wishes? Just for shits and giggles. But anyway, my first wish would be to know everything. Everything. So, like, that would be like, I know that 10 billion miles this way, there's another planet. Well, 10 billion miles actually isn't. It's going to be way further away than that, but you get the point. You know that there's a planet that far away and that it is inhabited by creatures that have intelligence. And just, you know everything about them because you know everything. You know what's going on the floor below you. You know fucking everything. Everything. You know what some dude in China is doing right now. You know how to, you know the most advanced technologies, stuff that's going to be around 1,000 years from now, you already know about and you know how to develop it, and so you do. So that's my first wish.
My first wish, I'd probably be pretty selfish with, to be honest. I wish for a lot of money. Something probably 10 or 12 figures or better, in the billions.
I thought you were talking about the gold. I thought you were going to get the gold.
Yeah, we'd have to do gold.
Yeah,
so we can't just introduce billions of dollars of new U.S. currency
because that would destroy the economy. We'll get into that in a second with what's called what I'm calling the Genie paradox.
So what I would wish for is,
for the box,
say $1 trillion. No, I'm avoiding the infinite.
Okay.
$1 trillion, or better yet, let's just solve the global economic crisis. I'm going to wish for $50 trillion in bullion, gold bullion, 24-karat gold bricks, $100 trillion worth. Can you imagine what would happen if someone had that much gold?
And then they introduced it to the economy.
Gradually. We don't introduce it all at once, or gold would be selling for $1 an ounce.
Well, not only that, but your dollar bill would be worth equivalent to like 20 cents.
Yeah.
After
We'd
that.
be printing $1 bills out of sheets of gold.
So my next wish, my second wish, would be to be able to see everything. As like, you could zoom in on shit with your eyes. Okay, so like here I am.
I wouldn't want to zoom in.
But this is me.
That's one thing I would probably.
But that's one thing you can zoom in on is shit. You can zoom in on anything. I'm sitting here looking at this table, but I could like zoom in and look at this table on a molecular level and just see everything that it's made out of, or look into space and just zoom way the fuck out. Okay, and I'm looking at Pluto, or I'm looking at another star that's just way out there, and I can see that this planet is made out of fucking sulfur or whatever. Just be able to see everything. Variable zoom vision. Okay, so what's your...
Staying still within the realms of the physical possibilities, I would take it a little step further, more specific areas, like things that I'm interested in. One thing that I'm interested in, as anyone who knows me knows, is shooting. I would wish...
He loves weapons.
...for a weapon, a rifle, that could use no improvement. It was absolutely perfectly made. It would shoot perfectly accurate every single shot.
So what you're saying is there's nothing that could be done to this weapon to make it perform better?
Or to make it better in any way.
Okay.
Like, there are weapons that are super, super accurate, but they're uncomfortable to fire, and they're heavy, and they're oversized. Okay. This thing would be a regular style rifle with a comfortable stock that could shoot perfectly straight, that you could shoot it all day. And it just absolutely no way to improve this weapon. There'd only be one of them, and it would be mine. I would have the only one in existence.
It's a bit selfish.
It's very
selfish. But you see, with knowing everything,
it's very selfish.
I would be able to develop this weapon and sell it. That would make your wish for basically an infinite amount of money. I could just reach that and be like, look, I made this perfect weapon. Now I'm going to sell it. Its price tag is $10,000 a piece. It's worth buying if you really want a weapon that is absolutely perfect.
I'd be able to patent my one, though, so you couldn't make it exactly like it.
I think there is more than one way to create a weapon that cannot use improvement.
Well, it also depends on how you define improvement. My preferences for a weapon are going to be different from yours.
And you probably know a lot more about weapons.
Well, you could say that about anything, though.
Yeah.
If someone wished for the most perfect car in the world, well, do you want a luxury sedan or do you want a hot rod?
Right.
You know, you could, and the same goes for weapons. You could have the rifle I'm describing is basically a target rifle or a sniper rifle. It's designed to be hyper accurate and comfortable to shoot. But in a close combat situation, or if you're like shooting zombies,
practical in any situation,
that's not that useful.
Right.
So,
but what I'm thinking of is something that's practical in any situation. But anyway, we're spending too much time talking about this. We need to move on to the third wish.
What's your wish?
My third wish is to have X-ray vision, but is not. I can do it with anything. Like, I can look through this wall, I can look through this table, I can make all of the trees outside disappear. Like, it's an X-ray vision that is very selective and specific. I could just choose whatever the fuck I wanted to look through and bam, it's gone. I can just look straight through it. So I think that would be interesting combined with the other two wishes. Being able to zoom in on stuff with your vision. Be like, oh, well, I want to zoom in on whatever is on the other side of this table, which would obviously be the floor, but still, there would be no obstacles. I would be able to basically reveal everything and see it as close up as I wanted to. So all of my wishes kind of stack on top of each other just to create like the ultimate life experience, I think. Because if you were, just imagine how fucking cool that would be. Just be like, yep, looking at this shit on like a molecular level, there's all sorts of weird shit going on that I can't even comprehend. So. Except
you can comprehend it because you already wish to know everything.
Right, well, when I say you, I'm not talking about me.
Right.
I'm talking about you. Yeah, that's...
My third wish would probably be simply for ease. Even though I have the money to do whatever I want, I would basically wish for find the ideal piece of property and everything that I would possibly want in my own personal property. I would wish for it to be there, like a custom designed house, facilities.
So just like instantly, research, whatever you would know, like even things that you did and did not know that you wanted, like, oh, I didn't even know I wanted this, but I do, but it's
awesome,
here.
Yeah, it's like they'd all be there on this property. And there'd just be this complex where I could live, where I could bring my family, or it'd be fully staffed with servants and everything.
Yeah.
All the cars that I want.
Oh, I didn't even know I wanted this, but I do.
All the guns that I want.
Yeah.
That'd be a big room.
No, it'd be a very big
room.
I don't
all the airplanes that I want. And my own airfield.
Yeah. So that's pretty interesting. Let's get into what I mentioned earlier, the Genie paradox. Now, I'm sure you've seen movies or read books or whatever the fuck you do in your spare time about how somebody will make a wish, but then something equally counterproductive will happen that will make that wish basically useless. So, for example, let's say my wish to be able to zoom in on things and see them at their lowest level or highest level. If I made that wish to a genie, then the next day my eyes would just stop working. Like something would happen that would cause my eyes to no longer work.
Some freak accident.
Some freak accident. My eyes are no longer functional. So, I think that would be...
Or even on a less miraculous level, something caused by your wish would happen.
Yeah.
That would make it...
like you weren't specific enough.
Yeah.
I saw this movie with, I think it was Brendan Fraser, but I might not be right. Y'all will probably know. But basically he makes a deal with this devil, with the devil, so that he can make any wish that he wants, right? And so, like, he made a wish that there was this woman that he loved, like, with all his freaking heart, and he wanted to be married to her. So he said, oh, well, devil, I want to be married to this woman. So he just, boom, flash before his eyes, and he's laying in bed with this woman, and, you know, she's just bitching. Like, you can tell that she despises him. And so he wasn't very specific. He said, oh, I want this woman I want to be married to this woman, but she doesn't love him. She doesn't like him. She wants a divorce. His life is terrible, and so is hers. So I think that when making a wish, you have to be very specific, or else something counterproductive is going to happen, And yeah, it's basically like when he made a wish for all of the gold bullion. I think that okay, well now freaking Joe down the street knows that you have all this gold, and he's gonna rob you of all of it.
It could happen.
It could. Well, yeah.
Unless I see him coming and get him with my perfect rifle.
But then, but then you get into subjects involving the Genie paradox of, say, the perfect rifle, which is, of course, a wish that you would make, and then knowing everything. I don't really see a Genie paradox that could affect those. Like, what is something negative that could happen to cause...
I don't think it applies to everything, you know? Although, obviously, if there was only one of these weapons in existence, it would be very valuable and very... people would try to steal it.
Yeah, but what is something of equal negative...
Knowing everything?
Yeah.
Knowing too much. Knowing things that you don't want to know.
Well, yeah.
I mean, that could flat out make you miserable.
The end result.
What if you actually knew what went on in the head of someone who committed a horrible atrocity?
Well,
that might just absolutely sicken and disgust you and make you horribly depressed, for all you know.
Well, I guess technically knowing everything.
You wouldn't have any choice but to know that.
Okay, but then you have to create your limitations on. Okay, I want to know everything, but with that being said, you would know what every single person on Earth is doing right now, what they did 5 seconds ago, 10 seconds ago, the day they were all born, what color all of their hair is. You would know
what they're going to do in the next few seconds.
Yeah, what they're going to do, and you would be able to see. Okay, well, my friend here has a Mountain Dew. If he drinks that Mountain Dew, this is going to happen. But if he doesn't drink the Mountain Dew, that's going to happen. It affected his future. But I already know what's going to happen if he does or does not drink it.
No, I drank that all.
Yeah, you drank it all. But, I don't know. I just thought it was very interesting. Do you got anything to add before we wrap this up?
Even if you can control when you know things, like we were talking over dinner about this, like you could just say, you don't know it until you think about it. Like, oh, I wonder how that camera works, and all of a sudden there it is, you know it.
Right, but there's good and bad with that, because the reason that you make that wish is to become aware of all the technological advances that have not happened yet, and you can just make them happen. Because 1,000 years ago, a man was not capable of fathoming a television. You show them a television and they would have fucking killed you. They would have been like, oh warlock, let's kill him, you know? So, I guess if you were to say selective knowledge, I guess I'm going to call it, oh, I want to know what makes this happen. Bam, knowledge is there. There is technology that is available in the future that you can't even comprehend. I will never know what life's going to be like 1,000 years from now, and I'm never going to know the technologies that's going to be around. So if that were the fact, I would never get to the point of, okay, Dr. fucking so-and-so, here's how you make your time machine. You know, I wouldn't be able to do that today because I'm not capable of comprehending that thought. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah. So,
much less processing all of that at once.
Right. But, yeah, anyway, that's all I got.
We're interested in your feedback.
Right.
Would you wish for things like Matt that are completely phantasmical and miraculous, or would you try to wish for more practical things like I did? Would you
What are your wishes?
What are your wishes? Yeah, I mean, tell us what you would wish for. And next week we're going to be out at the mall, different places in town, interviewing random people, seeing what they would wish for.
I think that's very important because you can tell an awful lot about how smart a person is or what type of person
or how they look at life.
Yeah, or how they look at life.
Their entire mindset.
Just based upon their wishes. Basically, we're doing this to see if there's any hope left for humanity.
That's it.
Like, oh, I want, like, oh, you ask someone, oh, what are your 3 wishes? Oh, I want to know how to fly, and I want a unicorn, and fucking, like, oh, really? Those are the wishes that you want? That's it? Like, you want a Lamborghini?
I might wish for a pet penguin.
If you had 3 wishes,
even if I had all the money in the world,
you could buy a penguin.
To own a penguin in the United States. So
really, I'm
sure considered endangered, even though there's thousands of them down there.
You could own a zoo. You have basically an infinite amount of money.
That's true.
You have all the fucking penguins.
But I'd rather have a penguin in my house, like just chilling.
You could turn a zoo into your house. All right. Well, anyway, we're getting distracted. This happens a lot when we talk. Anyway, thanks for watching. Make sure you comment in the section below, like the video, and subscribe so you can catch our video next week.